This is awkward. I thought I would be fine, but this is a little weird. Hello, hello, hello. It has been a long time coming, but welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to be here. I am excited to start doing this and really talking about everything in my life. So let's get into it. I'm sure you're new here because this is my first video, so welcome to my channel. My name is Liv, better known as Better Life with Liv. If you haven't checked me out on Instagram, this is my Instagram. Go ahead, check me out there. I will be posting a lot about my health and wellness journey and all the different aspects of who I am and what has happened in my life, but also how I have taken back my health, taking control of that and really helped myself live better in all aspects of my life, whether that be mentally, emotionally, physically, helping my mind, my body, and my soul. So super excited to share just whatever is going on in my life, whether it be a vlog, a recipe, a workout, just talking about different aspects of my life. Over the past few years, being on social media, one of the most important things for me has been vulnerability and just sharing, who I am and what has happened to me to help find a community and also help people not feel so alone. It's crazy how much we, and even specifically women, really put up with and think is normal when it's not. I'm really excited to just share my journey and help y'all and y'all help me at the same time. So I wanted to start out by just sharing a very overview of my health journey thus far, what I've gone through in my life that has brought me to this point. So growing up, yes, it starts from the womb. One of the things that I have learned most about my body and about what my journey has looked like is that a lot of it has been caused by what I went through as a child. And I think that is very true for all of us, that we are very heavily affected by what happened in those very beginning years of our life. So I grew up with a mentally ill father. He struggled with bipolar. He was a veteran, so he had PTSD, struggled with depression, addiction, all of those things. So when I was a kid, he was drugged up a lot on opiates. So he got into a car crash on his motorcycle, so I guess a motorcycle crash, and started using opiates and got addicted. He also had a lot of episodes of bipolar, right? So he would be very, very angry and throw things at us and yell and scream. And then he would be really happy and tell us how much he loves us. And then he would be super sad and depressed and isolate. And so when you're a kid, you really don't understand what's going on. And he was just very impulsive. So put us in danger a lot as children and didn't take care of us the way that they should have. So I grew up with a lot of anxiety and panic attacks and OCD. My mom used to say that even as a baby, I would slam my head against the wall if any of the cabinet doors were open. And that's all you need to know. Growing up, I really struggled with control, and I had to have it in all aspects of my life. And if I didn't, I would pull my hair out or scream or break down, and my mom used to call them temper tantrums before we really understood it was anxiety. Overall, I grew up with a lot of just anxiety, pent up, just frustration, kind of that neglect, that need for control, all of that. And it caused me just to be really high strung. I was very stressed. I was very serious. I was very just all the time. Yeah, so that's kind of what I was like as a child, and honestly, until not that long ago, until I started going to therapy and had a therapist that was actually really good. So moving on my health journey, moving into physical sports. So I was a very athletic child. And all of high school as well. I was a 4-season athlete. I did cheerleading for the high school for both winter and fall. Then I did spring softball. I did competitive softball in the summers, and I also did winter indoor soccer. So I was a busy girl. I was always working out until my junior year. I was bending over on the sidelines of a softball game to pick up a ball. I bent over and immediately had the worst back spasm of my life. I was on the ground for about 20 minutes before anyone even noticed I was on the ground. Like I could not even like lift my head up. I was in excruciating pain. It was the worst pain ever. Like the athletic trainer came over and he was like, I have never seen anyone in that much pain. And I have been doing this for like 30 years. So not fun. I finally got home, and I'm gonna spare you the details of all of it, but my life has never been the same since that day. I have had chronic, excruciating at the beginning, but debilitating, chronic pain for the rest of my life since then. This back pain, and it has gotten better. I have done a lot of things to take care of myself and found out what was issues along the way, but that is a huge part of my life. I am disabled. I'm a spoonie, and it took me a long time to feel comfortable acknowledging that part of my identity. So yes, I am disabled now. I have chronic back pain. So that is part of it. I did find out that I had herniated my disc between my L4, L5. So that was partially what caused the pain. But actually what happened was that event triggered my fibromyalgia. So I recently got diagnosed with fibromyalgia. And basically that is when your nervous system improperly recognizes pain. Basically, pain doesn't exist, but my body recognizes it as pain, and so therefore it does exist and I feel it. Very often, fibromyalgia and a lot of autoimmune disorders, which I also have, are caused by childhood trauma, because when your brain is developing, if you are constantly in a state of danger and fight or flight, your brain develops that way and your body develops that way. And so you're like have this chronic stress that's damaging your body. So that's why I started with what my childhood was like, because it has caused a lot of ailments, disorders, conditions for me. And I'm sure many people who don't actually know that that's the reason. So wanted to share that. But yeah, so recently I also got diagnosed with IBS. I have IBS-D, which is diarrhea. So that just means I am very runny. And I can eat something and literally take one bite and my body will be like, no, you gotta go. My IBS flares used to be really bad. I used to constantly be bloated and in so much pain and just like running to the bathroom. Like I used to have bowel movements like 6 times a day, none of them solid. I hadn't seen a solid bowel movement in my whole life until recently. So that's my IBS. Of course, I'll share more about that. I cut out gluten and soy because I am allergic to those. They are inflammatory to me. And so I cut those out and my IBS has been better. Same with stress management. But yeah, I have IBS. A few years ago, I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's, which is a thyroid condition, which basically it's an autoimmune disorder where your body attacks itself. So my thyroid is being attacked, which affects the hormones and the ability for it to function, so that it over functions to try to compensate for the fact that it's being destroyed. Basically, your thyroid is your thermostat for your body. So when that is out of whack, everything else is out of whack. So on medication for that, but there's a lot of things that you have to do to help your hormones. So yeah, and then just recently as well, I was diagnosed with PTSD. And so I'm learning a lot. You know, I've read the book, The Body Keeps Score, haven't even finished it, 100% recommend. Really hard to go through. It's like a diary about your life and you're like, holy shit, that's a little personal. How do you even know this about me? But definitely helpful, changed my life. So moving forward, wow, sorry guys. I hope you're not sick of me. When the pandemic started about 2 years ago, right? Like two and a half, it's been forever. That is when I was like, holy shit, I don't know what to do. Everything is closing down. I go to the chiropractor, physical therapist, massage therapist, like every week, like endocrinologist, like I don't know what to do. Like I can't see the people I need for help. Like I'm gonna be in massive pain. Like this is gonna be a huge setback. I freaked out about it. And I was like, oh my God. I was still in a place in my life that I was super stressed all the time. And that's when I started doing yoga, which also gonna have to talk about more. It absolutely changed my life, 100%. Anyways, moving my body, feeling tension and release, like nurturing my central nervous system and actually relaxing, connecting to my breath again, like it helped me see hope that I wouldn't be in pain. And it helped me recognize so much that was happening in my body. And it was like just a time for me to look internally and like just communicate with my body. It was just insane. And that just really changed my life, helped me so much. And something else that happened during the pandemic is that I got a fitness coach, an online fitness coach. And I started that process and started tracking my food, realized I was not eating enough, especially of the right things, started eating and fueling my body correctly, working out in a way that was conducive to progressive overload and muscle gain. And like my life just changed, absolutely changed. And that's what inspired me to become a fitness coach, because I know how life-changing it can be. And I want people to know that there is a way to help yourself and take control of your health. So I got certified. I am an online fitness coach. If you want to train with me, I'll put the applications down below. So yeah, that's my journey thus far. That is what I've experienced, what I have been diagnosed with, etc. So I'll definitely be going into more depth of how I got diagnosed, what my symptoms were, how I treat it, what I've done to help myself in terms of self-care, stress management, etc. But yeah, I'm just really excited to get this going and finally share with y'all on this platform. So if you're still here, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. If you would like to, please click that red button, subscribe to my channel so you can see all the other content I will be posting for y'all. I'm going to stop rambling. I like get so uncomfortable starting. I'm like, oh my God, I don't even know what I'm gonna say. Then I get freaking 20 minutes in and I'm like, again, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. And I look forward to hanging out in the future and sharing more with y'all. So I'll see you later. Bye.